This year we checked about 100 chicks in this whole area, and really the African white-backed vulture, like all of African vultures, are in decline and has recently been listed as critically endangered, which is terrible. Numbers are still declining, and really it's quite important to just keep a grip on the numbers. We take blood so they can look at toxins levels as well, and really just to try and see if we can stop the decline if there is a way possible. In October there's a ringing weekend which happens on a De Beers property in Dronfield Nature Reserve and Macala National Park. Angus Anthony is responsible for this weekend, and there's people from the Endangered Wildlife Trust, the McGregor's Museum, the Hawk Conservancy Trust, Puy de Fou, Galtnet Bird of Prey Centre, and various other South African people who are interested in the conservation of vultures. We all get together for this weekend, which has been happening for nearly 20 years. The Hawk Conservancy Trust, with other partners of the International Vulture Programme, have developed that, and we're now ringing birds over a greater period of time. The weekend is picked to try and optimise the amount of chicks that you can do. So you might have a chick that's 1 week old, and you might have a chick that's 14 weeks old. So this sort of second weekend of October, you should be able to get the oldest and the youngest done. So that's why it's that weekend in particular. So here we are, nest 468 WB. Changing the camera, the batteries for the camera trap. The nest has an egg in it, the 11th of October. And there is another bird in a tree just very close over there, which will be our next one. Still very close to City of Kimberley and Camphors Dam. Day 2 of ringing at Dronfield.
Yeah.
Nest 28 that we've been to so far. It's fairly early in the morning.
You've seen how many flamingos?
I know, it's fantastic.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The groups.
On an average day we would be getting up at daybreak, so by sunlight about 6:30 in the morning. Try and get out into the veldt by sort of 7:30 before it gets really hot, and basically we would work through to about 5 o'clock-ish. What we don't want to do is disturb adults too late in the day. We don't want them flying off some distance or the chick getting left for too long. So up to about 5 o'clock-ish, dark by sort of 6:30, so about an hour and a half before, maybe an hour before. And we would try and do as many as we possibly could in the day, really. So it's quite a lengthy process because the acacia trees themselves are obviously full of thorns, so you were trying to climb up to the canopy and then make your way round the canopy and into the nest, and they managed to build these incredibly strong nests on the edge of the tree or the middle of the tree. It can be quite difficult to get to them, and a big chick would be trying to bite you as well, possibly. And you need somebody to climb up in the tree and get the bird out of the tree safely and pass it back down using ropes and a bag to people on the ground, which can do all the measurements, weigh the bird, do the rings on their feet, put wing tags on for identification, and all the measurements would be recorded. The coordinates of the nest in the tree would be recorded. Bloods would be taken to be sent to, I think it's a British lab that do all the toxicology tests, and the bird would be then put back into the nest as quick as possible, really. On average it's about, depending on the tree, but it's between 15 minutes to half an hour per bird, really.